to support my very good friend, Congresswoman Mikie Sherrill. Mikie Sherrill is one of the only members in Congress with a 100% pro-labor voting record. Mikie is one of the first people in Congress to support the Social Security Fairness Act. Mikie has made it clear that she supports all the first responders and all of you. She supports the health and safety of our members, and if she does that, I support her. I could go on and on about Mikie, but I'm going to do one thing. I'm just going to remind you all what it was like to be a first responder in New Jersey under Chris Christie. I can tell you it wasn't fun. I can tell you that he gutted our collective bargaining rights. Governor Chris Christie was not a fan of labor, and I can tell you that Jack Ciattarelli won't be either. Under Governor Chris Christie, labor did not have a seat at the table. But I'll tell you this, under Governor Mikie Sherrill, we will have a seat at the table. Company County will have a seat at the table, and we will all have a seat at the table. Mikie listens, and we're going to work for her. The choice is clear. Jack Ciattarelli is Chris Christie 2.0. He's a mouthpiece for Governor for Donald Trump. We can't have that. We have some great candidates, and we have to get out and support them. Johnny Capizola, Yolanda Garcia-Balicki, two great candidates for Commissioner of Cumberland County. We need you to support them. They need your support. Get out there, help them, sign up, walk with them, put a sign up in your yard, make a small donation, be there for them. They're going to be there for you. And we're going to be there for Governor Mikie Sherrill.
Well, I finished my coffee. You know, it is just a great pleasure to be in the company of someone like Mikie Sherrill. And I'm going to start, I want to lay down just a few points, because she is a gentlewoman, and I mean that in saying the same as a gentleman, with respect to decorum. So I'm going to say some things maybe she won't say, because they have to be said. It is an outrage for any veteran in this room to watch a veteran's record be attacked in the way it is. And just remember, there may have been some technical issues involving a ceremony involving graduation, but she is a graduate of the United States Naval Academy. Not only that, she was held in such high esteem that the Navy gave her a helicopter. You know what they cost? And her husband was involved and served in naval intelligence. You know what the clearance requirements are for both flying a helicopter and doing that? So there's attack from the other side. If there are veterans in this audience, you should be insulted that anyone would attack a veteran in that way. And for those who will say that Mikie Sherrill doesn't know us, it's nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. This is a person who understands. Raising children, raising a family. That's New Jersey. And by the way, the accusation and talk, well, she wasn't able to walk in graduation because she didn't tell her comrades. In New Jersey, we respect the person who doesn't rat. You can't say it any clearer. And by the way, if I'm going into a battle with someone, I want to know the person next to me is going to be that loyal. It speaks volumes. And I'll say to all of you, having her in the governor's office gives me great confidence. Because I believe she will bring a tone of understanding, a sense of compassion, and a level of intelligence that we need collectively. Now, you've heard me long enough tonight. I had a lovely person come up to me and say, we're concerned about your comments of sexual innuendos. My answer is very simple. I have no idea what you're talking about. But may there be no misunderstanding. May it be very clear. Mikie Sherrill is the person for this time. The attack on her by the campaign of a person who I thought I knew is unwarranted and it's cheap. And I have counseled her, not that anyone's listening to me, no one listens to me in my house, the cats don't listen to me, Janice doesn't listen to me, nobody listens. It's no time to roll up in the bowling field. It's time to be on the offense. It's time to tell the people of New Jersey that's nonsense, it's bullshit, it is misplaced, and she, think about this, a decorated naval helicopter pilot. The Naval Academy. You know how hard it is to get through the war? You know how hard it is to get through the war academies? Maybe with the exception of the Air Force. And to do that as a female? With the odds stacked against you, looking for you to fail? She didn't fail. She excelled. Decorated in her service and ready to stand up for New Jersey, my friends. A big South Jersey welcome for the next governor of New Jersey, Mikie Sherrill.
How wonderful to see all of you. I just came from an event with the first South Jersey senator we've had in a minute, Andy Kim. And it was wonderful to see him again. And we were talking about how far we've come, and yet how much we still have to fight here in New Jersey. How important that is. And you know, I've been thinking a lot. I mean, you just heard from Senator Burzichelli. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. I know how hot it's been. Thank you. You're wearing a sweatshirt, so good for you. I might be sweating a little myself in this jacket, but thank you guys for hanging in there. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Senator. And I just want to say a special happy birthday to Carlos. Can we all say happy birthday? So, you know, you heard that I was attacked. You heard that Jack Ciattarelli weaponized my military service records along with the Trump administration, released them in a way that was illegal. And in it was my social security number, which was bad. But you know what was worse? Disqualifying. You know what was worse? My parents' information. They're in their 80s, right? I'm worried about their credit. I'm worried about my credit. And that was all bad enough. But then they came after my husband. You know, smearing my family in a desperate attempt to win a race you've now lost 2 times? That's disqualifying. And that's why I'm running for governor. Because I can take it. But nobody in this room, when I'm governor, will have to worry if your information is being kept safe by the state. And I have been in New Jersey politics for a minute. So I can tell you this. You can write the op-eds you want to write. You can go online and attack me. But you can know that no matter what you do, I am going to protect your freedom of speech. And I am not going to weaponize the government of this state against you. I've taken too many oaths, and I fought too hard to ever back away from that promise. That's right. And so I've been thinking about what is going on in this country, and I've been thinking about what it means to so many of us. And I'm hearing things across the state. You know, I've spoken to thousands of New Jerseyans, and I'm hearing about how the high costs are impacting them and their families. And I'm hearing this desperation that I've never heard before. I've heard from families who were worried, but I think they felt like we'd get through it. And now I'm hearing from families who are worried, and I think they're unsure. And so again, that's why I'm running for governor, because I'm gonna have your back. Because I think about what this country has always stood for and what it means. And to me, it's opportunity. And I've seen it at every level in the history of my family. I've seen it on my mom's side of the family, when her father's family lost everything. His dad lost his job in the Great Depression. They lost their house. They had to move back to the farm. But he got a good union job, and he was able to put my family squarely into the middle class. And I think about my dad, who grew up poor in West Virginia. Both his parents were dead by the time he was 13 years old. And yet he was able to work and put himself through college. And that gave him opportunities that again secured my family's spot in the middle class of this nation. And then I think of my own life and what I've even seen in my own life. Because when I told my dad I wanted to go to the Naval Academy, when I told him I wanted to fly in the Navy, he said to me, you know, I don't know if the Naval Academy takes women. And I don't know if the Navy lets women fly. And I was in 5th grade. And you know what I thought? No problem. Yeah, I also thought that's bullshit. My mom didn't let me say it, but I probably thought it. But I knew, because I knew what I had been taught about this country. From everyone to my parents, to my teachers, to Schoolhouse Rock on Saturday morning cartoons. I knew what this country represented. And I knew that I could make that change. And I bet every single one of you have a story about how your family had opportunity in this country, or how your family fought to make change and gain rights in this country. I bet every single one of you has that story. And what I am seeing now is a rollback of all of that opportunity. And I am watching a president of the United States who is basically using the markets of the United States to run an extortion racket across the world with his tariff program, and he is making all of us foot the bill. He has made billions. Imagine what it would take to make billions of dollars in the few short months he's been in office. It takes a crypto company that's being funded by foreign governments. That's what it takes.
It takes corruption.
And so I will fight tooth and nail as your government to claw back as much money as possible. And we already have an attorney general who's taken this administration to court and is clawing back some of the Title I school funding, and I will continue to do that. And I can guarantee you that Jack Ciattarelli won't. Because he said he would. He said he would never sue this administration. In fact, he said he has no disagreements. He even said it's his job to support the president. I don't care who's president. It is the job of the governor of New Jersey to support the people of New Jersey. Look, I've served a long time, and so I never forget who it is I serve. And it's not Donald Trump. And so it's not enough to make sure that we are fighting tooth and nail against the things that are harming people in New Jersey and raising their costs. We also have to make this state work better for people. And in too many ways, cans have been kicked down the road. And so when you look at the alphabet soup of agencies, whether it is PJM or FERC or BPU or PSC&G or JCP&L, the alphabet soup of agencies who knew we were facing an energy crisis and didn't do enough, and then the people of New Jersey paid. So that's why, on day one, I'm declaring a state of emergency on utility costs and freezing rate cuts. And then I will drive power into the grid and make sure with this massive power driving into the grid, we can keep those costs down. I'm going to make sure that we are taking on this mental health crisis that too many of our kids are facing. I'm going to pass the Kids Online Safety Act, and I'm going to make sure we have more mental health resources in schools. And I'm going to tell you, I come from the most accountable place on earth. Because when I was flying helicopters, I needed to know that if you were maintaining my helicopter, I could count on you. That if you were signing the maintenance log, that you had tightened every bolt. If you were using tools on my transmission, you were not going to leave those tools in my transmission. Because that would have resulted in the helicopter flying a lot like a brick. So I needed to know that I could count on you. And I'm telling you, I worked with people from all over this country. I worked with people that if they hadn't gone into the military, they would have had almost no other opportunity in life. And I worked with people who came from the richest places in this country and yet wanted to serve something bigger than themselves. And what we all had in common, no matter where we came from, what our backgrounds were, or yes, even how we voted, what we all had in common was we were on a mission to protect and defend the Constitution and the people of the United States of America. And no matter where you were from or how old you were accountable. Because if you were going to perform your mission, you had to do what you said you were going to do. And so I'll be accountable. I'll put an online report card out so you can see where your money goes. You can track it. You can see what the contracts are that are going out and who holds them and whether or not they're delivering on them. Because I'm not afraid of accountability. So I want you to hold me accountable. And along with this, there's another thing I learned in the Navy. It's called servant leadership. The way we kind of talked about it in the Navy was ship, shipmate, Sept. Because you always, as a leader, came last. Some of you who served in the Army, maybe you know it as leaders eat last, right? This idea that in leadership, it's about the people you lead and making sure you're taking care of them. It's about that guy that's overseas whose pay gets screwed up. And you have to make sure his spouse can make the mortgage payment. It's about ensuring that someone who can't find good care for their child, you can help them ensure their kid gets good care. That's the kind of leader I'll be. Making sure I serve you. So taking care of our kids, driving down your costs, being accountable, servant leadership, you know what you get with me, New Jersey. That's what I'm committing to all of you. And you know That's not what you're going to get from Jack. So if you would just say it with me 3 times to close me out, hit the road, Jack. You ready? Hit the road, Jack! Hit the road, Jack! Hit the road, Jack! Thank you so much.
How about that, huh? Everybody, please, in your mind, what you just heard and saw, you just heard the next governor of the state of New Jersey talk to you. Carry the message home, talk to your neighbors, talk to your family members. We gotta get her to the Capitol. Now, by the way, let me close on this with the words of the great Noel Howard in the Three Stooges. If you're driving home, be certain you have a car. Good night, everybody. Be safe.